So anyway, so get this. I told you about this earlier, but I didn't tell you any of the specifics, right? Now, that's anytime if you think that you have an original idea, right? Chances are it's not. And like I've told you the story about the tea bag, the coffee bag that Dad had
Right.
the cream of, and obviously, well, he probably wasn't the only one that thought of that. He's just the only one that I know of that did. Well, the same way goes with I wanted to call this the bipolar express, right? Because essentially, I talk about it constantly, anyways. Being bipolar, and the reason I talk about it's not like oh, I'm special, but it encompasses so much of my life. You know what I mean? Like for instance, rating my mood. Can you imagine being around somebody that has mood swings like that and not know why?
It's called menopause.
Right. Yeah.
Or PMS.
Yeah, there you go. I'm PMSing and or let's see. Anyways, I'm bipolar straightening. So anyways, so yeah, so I thought this would be cool because it does affect a lot. Well, you get to see it daily. It affects a lot. Some days I just don't feel like doing nothing.
Right.
And then other days I feel like doing everything. So
At the same time.
at the same time, right, and I only got two hands. So uh
That's why you got me here. I got two hands
see.
too.
Right. It's called delegation, John. So anyway, so just out of curiosity, like lyrics to songs, right? Like I'll be scribbling out a song or something, and I will I'll have this cool catch line. And there was one, I'm not gonna remember it, and it really doesn't matter, but I looked it
Oh,
up.
hold on a second. There's a good time to really focus on your songs. You got 3 of them made up so far.
Right.
Go ahead and tell everybody about them.
Songs. Anyway, so what do you mean? Just that I was making them in acid. Me and Jerry are gonna do one this week. But
What's the names of them so they can look them up?
oh God, dude, I don't remember. Thruster, I remember Thruster. But anyways, the experiment was an experiment between me and me. Was to see how fast. Actually, the 10 hours is what ended up being the staple, the benchmark, was to see if I could write and record a song in 10 hours or under. And they're 2-minute songs. So that all just kind of happened. And so then I made that the staple for the other 2 songs. And I did actually get the last one, Thruster. Thruster, my meat missile, my big meat missile, or is it just meat missile?
Meat missile.
Meat missile. And Thruster and Carnal something or other.
Carnal desire.
I can't remember. But anyway, so
I think it's carnal desire.
All right. Yeah, it might be. But anyway, so yeah, so I got 3 so far, and then I stopped being creative for some reason. But we'll see what happens when Jerry is here.
Writer's block.
Writer's block. Yeah. I pumped out 3 of them right away. It's bipolar, John. See, it affects everything.
Definitely bipolar. Definitely.
I'm a very good guy. I wanted to bring that up too. Is that there's a possibility, and Zoom will do it, that we could actually have people call us, and you put out a link, as far as I know, or maybe they could do it like that. I'll have to look into that because that'd be cool. Is for people to be able to call us, like that Booker Dana from Similar Worlds. I'm sure he would call.
Oh, that'd be cool.
You know what he wants me to do? He brought up, and it's a really good idea, is he wants me to record me and Jerry working on the Imperial, and put that in there and talk about that.
Oh, that'd be a cool idea.
Right, because he likes doing that so much. 12 years old, and he's really interested in working on that car, but he won't help his stepdad out working on it.
The one that surprises me is Jacob's not interested in
it.
He's so into cars.
I know.
But he doesn't want to work on it.
Wants to ride in it. Wants me to pick him up from school in it.
Yeah.
So he does have an interest, but yeah, he doesn't have any interest in the workings of it. I wanted to get him that see-through engine, that you put together, as you can see the pistons and
Right,
stuff. And it's
right.
got LEDs for spark plugs, for the spark and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
my dad had one.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah. And how
but
much?
it was smaller than the one you're talking about,
Oh,
or
well,
at least the one you're talking about. The picture looks like it's like a foot long.
yeah, it looks good size. Now, wait a
Yeah.
minute. Are you talking about one of those plastic electric jobs that you put
Yes.
together? That's what your dad had? Okay, because they got well, no, I guess machinists make them. They build little tiny little gas motors,
Yeah.
and they actually work. And a friend of my dad's, well, a friend of the family's, he had a car that ran on gas, and it was like, before RC, and it would just go in a straight line. But I think it was a drag racer. Either way.
Have you seen those RC drag racers?
Mm. Oh yeah, you showed me a video of the guy when he was holding the back end out. He
Yeah.
was
Holy
revving it
cow, are
up, and
they
the tire
fast?
was yeah, but the tire was like expanding like that. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, they are fast. Yeah, you want to talk about some crazy shit, dude? When I was playing paintball, we went to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, to play in the Pittsburgh Open 5-man tournament, which we came in fourth. Thunder Chickens was the name of the group, our team, and boy, the stories I could tell you about that crazy crew. So, anyways, uh, yeah, we go to Pittsburgh and we end up at the bar. And that was my 10 martini night. 10 martinis. That's just like inhumanly possible. But the guy just kept buying them. We kicked their ass, right? He said he made uh, a comment, a snide comment at the time, but he followed through with it. That if you can beat the Green Dragons, I'll buy drinks all night. Well, guess what? We beat the Green Dragons. It's the fastest game out of all 85 teams, out of all the games at 85. It was round robin, so there wasn't actually 85 games. I don't believe. No, there'd be 43 or 44 games. And then, anyways, that would be the most. But, anyways, out of all the games that were played, that was the fastest one that day. And he did. He bought drinks, and I just happened to be drinking martinis that night. And we were all dehydrated too. And because it was like 100 degrees out. And then we go to the bar, and this guy just kept buying martinis. Every time I finished one, that girl would bring it over and bring me another one. Well, anyways, we ran into the J&J barrel guy. He makes paintball barrels, and it's a huge company. Well, at least they sell. Everybody has a J&J barrel. If you play paintball, you got a J&J barrel. And his daughter, she's like, at the time, she was like 12, 14, 12. 13, something like that. She was young, maybe 11, was drag racing chainsaw motor driven dragsters. They were little go-kart dragsters with 2 chainsaw motors on them.
I think I've seen those.
Yeah, they're insane fast, dude. We looked them up later on. And they go just crazy fast. Well, they're they're 2-stroke motors. So they don't have all the extra working. I mean, the piston only comes up and down twice, and unlike a 4-stroke, which goes up and down, it does a compression stroke and then it pushes the exhaust out, whereas these are like a reed valve, a 2-stroke is, and then like the exhaust escapes out the bottom while the gas is coming in the top, while the piston going down. When the piston's down, it squirts the gas in or something. I don't know. That's a whole
Piston sucks it in.
right. And then as that comes in, it pushes the exhaust out. But they develop so much horsepower, more horsepower than a 4-stroke. And I mean a lot more horsepower. And that's what chainsaws are, 2-stroke. So those little motors can really help some ass.
So let's make a 2-stroke V8.
Right. That's they're really down on, because most boat motors for the longest time were 2-stroke. And that's, they kind of, I don't know if it's a government thing that they stopped doing it, or if it's actually like Johnson doesn't want to do it. So anyway, so let's get on to what I took notes on.
Oh, that's right. We forgot. We got off subject. You were talking about BiPolar Express.
Right. and so I looked the name up. I looked up BiPolar Express, and dude, there's a movie called The BiPolar Express. and let's see, it stars this Sadie K, and I never heard of her, but she's got bipolar, and it's like a documentary of her life for 30 minutes, I think it is long. And there's books. She directed and wrote it too, and starred in it, and it's 30 minutes long. Let's see, I can't read my own writing. Oh, that was notes on that. Okay. There's a cover band named BiPolar Express. The BiPolar Express, I think, is what I looked up. So we'll just go with that. Yeah, there's a punk band, or no, not a punk band. I'm sorry. That was Dane Bramage, and we'll get to that right after this. Anyways, they do like Jefferson Airplane, the Beatles, Crosby, Still, and Nash. They do songs like that. The cover band BiPolar Express, or the BiPolar Express. And what else? There's YouTube channels that are called the BiPolar Express. And it was like, because I came up with it because well, obviously I have some vested knowledge in being bipolar, but from the Polar Express, obviously, that movie,
Right.
that Christmas movie, the Polar Express. And apparently I'm not the only one. And apparently I'm not the only bipolar person that posts weird shit online either. There's a TikTok channel called that. And she sells nudes. Was it her that sold nudes? TikTok.
Who's that Katie?
No, Sadie. Sadie was the actress that did the BiPolar Express movie.
I don't want to sound interested when you said nudes, but
right. Don't worry. Like I'm done covering that topic. But anyway,
hey, nudes.
I know, right? But get this, you got 41.5 million views. This BiPolar Express chick, and she does. I think I recorded. I did a screen record of one of her videos, and it's just exactly what all these girls do on TikTok. They put on a tight top with no bra on, and then they dance around for 30 seconds. And well, she does the same thing, only there was I'm sure this was her, even though I don't have it written down. But one of these, actually, it was just funny that they sold nudes, and one of these bipolar oriented people. But let's see, that's the band, the TikTok, YouTube. There's blogs, just all kinds of crap that come up when I searched BiPolar Express. And so segue into Dane Bramage. Okay, that name, I've been using that name. I started that name on Experience Project. Let's see, that started in 2008, I think, and I got there around 2010, I believe. And don't quote me on the dates. I'm looking right at Wikipedia too. I could look it up. But anyways, and so how long ago that was. I was using that, and I got it years before that from that comedian Bob Nelson. That's where I got it. Was he did a skit where he was a football player that'd been hit in the head a lot of times.
And he got Dane Bramage.
And he had Dane Bramage, right? And so I looked up Dane Bramage, and I've been using that since then, right? I use it like when I was playing Quake 2 online. That was my name before I changed it to Pansy Boy. Then I changed it to Pansy Man. But anyways, and now, yeah, they use the hell out of that. Dude, there's t-shirts, Dane Bramage t-shirts. They spell it right, though. Nobody's ever called me on it, too. And it's like, like on Similar Worlds, right? People get all naggy on you and shit and troll the shit right out of you on the comments string, right? And they'll find all kinds of reasons. They'll make fun of your spelling, which I'm not the world's greatest speller. And they'll make fun of anything about you that you write that they can when they get pissed at you, right?
Right.
Not one person since 2010 has ever called me on spelling Bramage wrong. Now, okay, the whole thing's all spelled wrong because it's Dane Bramage instead of brain damage, but I put an extra DGE in there, right? because I was spelling phonetically. I think that's what it's called, isn't it? When you spell by the way it sounds.
Right.
Yeah. And so I ended up putting an extra D in there. And you know, I was gonna change it here not too long ago. And it was like, screw it. I've been using it that way since 2010 or whatever, you know. So what's the sense in changing it now?
Yeah. Plus, if you change it, they can copyright issues.
Somebody has to have that by now. But there's a punk band, the comedian Bob Nelson's where I got it from. But there's computer programmers out there that use it. And there's internet radio, an actual internet radio station called Dane Bramage.
Hey, we'll have to look that up.
Oh, there's just the radio station, Dane Bramage radio station. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, it was. I did write it down. 2009 or 10 is when I got on there till 2016 when the Experience Project closed down. So, anyways, and you got an account on Similar Worlds too, right? You never use it.
Yeah.
Is that the one that's called JV Big Dog?
I do believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Need to get on there and repost these, and maybe we can get up to
10.
30 views, right? I think. Right
Ooh.
now. Yeah, I think.
Right I don't have that many followers.
That's actually, it's just whoever sees it in their feed. You know, the feed. Everybody. Everything you post goes into this feed thing.
Yeah.
Like on Facebook. And
if I posted to my friends, it'd be 8.
8.
Yeah. I have a close circle.
Yeah. You know, what's funny about that is I got, I don't know, hundreds of people, you know, they see you and they friend you, you know. I don't know if I've friended anybody myself, but you know, it's not because I think I'm all that in the bag of chips. It's just, there's really no need in it, but not on there. And it's funny, I got like hundreds of friends, right? And out of those hundreds, probably like 3 of them actually converse with me.
Right. Usually they just want to read what you write.
If that, you know, and you post something and nobody comments on it. You can see how many people see it, you know, it shows views. And then, you know, and like with these podcasts.
Brag to their friends. I've got 100 followers.
Right. I don't talk to none of them, but I got them. Yeah, that Similar Worlds is really weird when it comes to communicating. You know, you would think as many people as on there, and most of the people are there, you know, I'm going to say they have some kind of baggage going on that, you know, that drew them there. And it seems like they would be more communicative, but they're not. And at least they're not with me, you know. They might chat with other people, but yeah. And it's not like I get on there and do dickheaded things or anything. I did get called a troll one time. Somebody said, "Oh, I remember you from Experience Project. You were a troll." It's like, a troll? How the hell did I get that?
I don't consider myself a troll. I'm more ogre.
You know, right. Yeah. I don't screw around with that little shit. I go right for the top. I'm a stone giant. So yeah. So anyway, we covered drivers, Dane Bramage, and BiPolar Express. Oh yeah, this is actually gonna be a real. We didn't talk about anything that I can make video clip in edits in here, like Tom Cruise. You think Tom Cruise? Tom Cruise or Brad Pitt? who I get mistaken for a lot, you know.
Yeah.
And I've even given a couple of autographs over it.
Me, Frank Sinatra.
Frank? Oh yeah, Frank. So anyway, I post these on that Similar Worlds, and you should probably get on there, at least be somebody that comments on them. But anyways, yeah. So essentially, that's, I'll reiterate from the only thing we offered up on our last podcast yesterday, which this is only going to be a once a week thing. This is just a special deal to start it off. That was just yesterday was just a test, and this is actually the bullshit we're gonna do. And I was surprised when I was watching it. I didn't drop the F-bomb more than I usually do.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't think did we use it at all this time?
Yeah, I dropped it a couple of times. Not this time. I don't think so. No.
I don't think we did.
No, I said bullshit. I know that, but that was as close as to cursing. And outside of doing this, I had got the worst potty mouth, and I know this because Jacob is notorious for saying language every time I cuss. Yeah, which is funny because, and we've talked about this before too, is like the road raging, right? And I do it, and most of the time, obviously I do it because people piss me off when they're driving, but for the most part, it's when they're with me, they get the biggest kick out of it. And so it's funny because I'll be going off on somebody that's driving like an idiot, not using their turn signal, 10 under. That God, it pisses me off so bad, and it seems like so many people do it. 10 under the speed limit, They drive past the same damn speed limit sign I do. But anyways, and
how much gas are they actually saving by not hitting the gas pedal to get up to speed?
Oh, I don't know. How about those cars that turn themselves off at the red light?
Yeah.
How much gas could it possibly eat up sitting in a light for 3 minutes?
It actually burns more gas to start up a car.
I wonder if that's a wives' tale. We ought to look that up because I've heard that my whole life. Is it takes more gas to start the car than it does to idle it. And as much as I know about cars, I have no idea if that actually is or not. But anyways, and another episode that Booker brought up was that one about working on the car, Jerry working on the car. Because when we put that alternator in, I just told him, here it is, and I directed him, but I didn't touch the damn alternator. Right. He did. And then
you had to at one point because his weight wouldn't support the post to pull the
right,
belt
to tighten the belt. Right.
But all we did was tighten the belt up. He did the tightening of the nuts and everything.
But he did the whole thing. Dude. I put the big bolt in that actually holds the alternator.
The first time. The second time he did it.
Did he do it the second time? Yeah,
he did it the second time.
So he's pretty impressive for a 12-year-old. I mean, he's smart as a whip, but is ambitious as he is about things, certain things. I haven't found anything that he doesn't just get into.
Well,
unless it's got to do with his stepdad.
He's definitely got the hands-on intelligence.
Oh yeah. Jacob's smart, but he doesn't want to get his hands dirty type thing,
Right.
And but I'll tell you, because he's so quiet.
He's gonna be working in the lab.
Yeah, he's so quiet and laid back, so low maintenance. And he'll be off in his own little world, and we'll be talking. Well, music is actually here's a really funny one is that like Jerry is all the time, like I'll be playing the guitar, we'll be sitting around, I'll be playing the guitar, and Jerry will bring up songs that he wants me to do, right? And I was doing what the hell song was it? It's happened more than once, but there was this one that Before You Accuse Me by Eric Clapton. Actually, the whole name of it is Before You Accuse Me, Take a Look at Yourself. And I was doing that song, and I like got halfway, maybe through the first verse, and I just stopped, and Jerry was playing video games, and I stopped and was watching him play the video game, and Jacob, almost right on time, starts singing that song, the rest of the second verse of that song, and Jerry stops playing the video game and spins around and looks at me with this shocked look on his face. I probably had the same look on my face. We had no idea he paid attention to that stuff because he doesn't let on that he does.
Even riding in the car, we're riding along and playing the songs, and you could hear him in the back singing.
Oh, Jerry calls him on that. Yeah. And like that one day I told you about that, we went on, I don't know. It was right after Jerry turned me on to that My Chemical Romance song, that teenager song. And And so Jerry had put that on the CD that he burned to listen to in the car. And that was one of the 12 songs or however many songs he put on there. And then so I went fast forward to that song, and Jacob yells from the back seat there, you know, why can't we listen to Crazy Train?
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
that was so cute.
What's funny is they know exactly what CD, because you have that 6 CD changer,
Right.
what track their favorite song is.
Yeah, yeah. And Jacob actually remembers more than one. And there's nothing wrong with him. I just say this the way that I do about it because he is so unassuming, you know, so laid back and so into his own thing. He's easily dismissed too. And I really got to pay attention to not dismissing him, you know,
Yeah,
to include him in because he'll go do his own thing and you won't see him, you know, he's not needy. Like Jerry, I'm gonna call needy. It sounds mean, but Jerry is more high maintenance
right.
than Jacob is, and so
Jerry
Jerry,
requires your attention.
yeah, but he requests it too. Whereas
That's
Jacob,
what I'm. Yeah,
yo, okay, Jacob doesn't. He'll ask me, you know, to play Hot Wheels with him or whatever, and if I say okay, I'll be back in a minute, or we'll do it after I get done doing this, and then I forget. That's the end of it. I won't hear from him. You know, he's in his own little world. So yeah. So yeah, that's I get them for a whole week tomorrow.
good for you.
I know, right? Isn't that badass? Get to spend the whole week and they're excited about it. I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I guess we'll cut this now. It's probably actually been a half hour and I only wanted to do 20 minutes. 20 minutes seems to be a good amount of time.
well, you got 5 minutes of me going to grab a drink.
No, I didn't record that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got to go into a special menu to start recording. And yeah, okay. I was just gonna say we just did all of that and I didn't record the damn thing, but it does. It says up in the left-hand corner that we are recording. So anyway, so I guess we'll call that quits, and I'm not gonna show Tom Cruise dancing again. I thought about changing the music to it because the last one got a copyright claim on it. The last podcast thing that I posted got a copyright claim on it, and which
Him
they didn't
dancing.
of him. It was the music, not of him dancing. It was the music. Ludicrous. I can't think of what the name of the song was. And
Don't matter. It's ludicrous.
it's ludicrous, right? Right. And yeah. So anyway, and it was so they put a tag on the video that the music, you know, and it doesn't matter how much music I supplied for it that I made in acid or actually recorded myself. They put a tag on there that all the music was ludicrous, you know, in the name of the song. That was the music of the video, the music in the video.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I don't know. I had a guy one time when I was making videos for Bacon Tits, and I had a guy. Actually, Brian went and bought a song off of Adobe stock, right? And I don't know how much the songs are, but he told me, he says if there's anything on Adobe stock that I wanted, he'd buy it for me to make these videos. And so there was a song on there and that I found because I originally, it was for the Moses video with Charlton Heston. And when Charlton Heston, you know, raises his staff up or whatever, I started Bad to the Bone playing. It was so cool, dude. And yeah, and Brian wigs out about it. He's like, "Well, we can't do that because he wanted to monetize the channel." And you know, but they wouldn't let you do it anyway. So all they do is they put a copyright claim on there, and any money that gets made off of it goes to them. That's all. That's how that works. They don't make you take it down. Well, anyways, so he bought the song off of Adobe stock, and they had a copyright claim against it. So I had to write. I had to you know, disagree with it or whatever, and I had to write.
Dispute.
Yeah, I had to dispute it through YouTube, and so I got all into the song, where it came from. I, you know, copied the ID number down. I make a screenshot of where I got it, all that crap, right? And I send all that to him, and the guy just drops the claim. And you know, it probably took me 2 hours to write that dispute. And he drops it, and it's like, well, what the hell? You know, that was my main bitch is that I had to add that in there, my last paragraph on my dispute. was all about, that guy sold his stuff to Adobe stock. He made money and then he puts a copyright claim on it. What kind of crap is that? So he got to read all of that and he dropped his dispute. But it has to be something. But anyways, that's I didn't have to take it down because of the dispute. Just any money that would have been made off of it would go to him.
Right.
So, none of these people are going to make you take a video down because of a copyright claim issue. So I don't know why Brian wigged out. Big deal. We wouldn't make any money off of one video.
Right.
But all right, man, let's call it. And I'm going to edit
another 5-minute ending.
Another 5 minutes. Yeah. It was over 5 minutes too. I mean, just over, but when you're talking 20 minutes, 2 minutes is actually a lot. It's only a 20-minute video.
When I worked for a company, it was the call center, and we put people on hold, and the boss came out and said, okay, this is what we're going to do. I want everybody to be quiet for a minute, and I'm going to count it. And we were quiet for a minute, and that minute.
Did you fall asleep in that minute?
It felt like you could. I mean, that minute was forever.
Well, that's what they say is a minute. The length of a minute depends on which side of the bathroom door you're on.
Yeah, that's true.
I think I just read that today too. Oh, well. All right, dude. So we'll actually try to come up with some more topics, and it's going to be a week before we do the next one. This is just the actual schedule, I guess, will be Thursdays.
Well, a week unless you feel like Jack Nicholson.
I know, right? If I hit the Jack Nicholson stage, I still got that video clip too. I'm gonna put that in.
Here's Johnny.
I got both Eeyore and Jack Nicholson clips, so I'm gonna put those in. And but did you notice in the last one I actually used the wrong clip? I was looking for the one where he sticks his face through the door and says,
"Here's Johnny,"
but instead I used that other clip, which I can't even remember what he says in that clip, but that's another famous line. Yeah.
I looked it up, and her name
Wendy
in that movie was Wendy. Yeah.
Didn't you watch the last podcast? I put that. It says her name was Wendy, dumbass, while we were talking about that.
Oh,
in the video I had it come across the screen that said it was Wendy. Yeah.
You called me dumbass.
No. Oh, I guess
it's Mr. Dumas to you.
Actually, believe it or not, I was calling myself a dumbass, but that's cool because it would look like I was calling you a dumbass, wouldn't it? You need to work on your self-confidence there, John. All right, man. All right, we will do this in a week though. And
all right.
Maybe I'll post this tomorrow at noon, like we were talking in the last one. I